Welcome back to Absolutely Marvel and DC. It's the man with the greatest beard and the man who screws a puppet.
What do you mean by that, man? Half the people don't know what I do outside of this channel, so they're just gonna Google me and be very jarred.
I know. That's what I wanted. It's also why I didn't even say anything else about it. I'm leaving it at that, open-ended. Today we're talking about Superman and Lois, the latest episode.
Let's talk about this.
I'm Benny. That's Hustle. Let's just at least get our names in there.
Let's do it. No, and we're not talking about just one Superman and Lois episode. We're summing up everything we've missed for
I was just going to talk about the latest one, but we can kind of round up everything in general.
It's just a quick recap anyways, because I watched this when it came out, unlike some people, so I
played catch-up. You
know? Did play catch-up. I barely remember a lot of it, except for the cool moments, but the show's been fun. Dan would have said it's been a lot of drama, and he's been uncomfortable, but it's been good drama as far as I'm concerned. A lot of tension that I think is deserved. And
the drama for me has been very CW, and I'm not a huge fan of it. But I do feel the Superman family moments have been doing very, very well.
Yes,
they have been so good. It's counteracting the fact that we do still have some CW. What the hell's going on? I don't care drama. The biggest drama that I have not liked at all has been John Henry's daughter. Every time she's complaining, I'm just like, go away.
Yep. That's the only one I think I take issue with. I think I don't love part of the Sarah Cushing storyline because I think that her character is inherently weird. Sometimes she's great and she's very redeemable and understanding and respectable.
Sarah's the wife, right? The one that's kind of enrolled for mayor. Daughter. Okay.
Sarah's the daughter of the mayor. Yeah. And there are moments where I'm like, I don't love this, and moments where I do like it a lot. I was glad that her and Jordan broke up because I think it's a very superhero. It's a cliche, but having to lose the person you love because there are rules and it puts them in danger, and it's a cliche. And he had a talk with Clark a couple episodes back where if he could tell Sarah, but it would have to be in a year or something like that. So that's I'm more than okay with that because Jordan really gets to shine in these episodes. I think that character from last season being the whiny, annoying character we didn't love to now who he is, where he's the unapologetically loving, caring brother who's still confused and frustrated, but never in an annoying way, never in a Natalie dramatic way.
Yeah. And that's what I think I don't like about her drama is that Natalie, John Henry's daughter, she's so dramatic about it. And I get it. She lost her world. She lost her mom. But it's I think the issue that I have with it is it's not a relatable situation. A lot of what happens in CW drama is to create a relatable situation. Jordan having a girlfriend that he can trust, but he can't trust it, has to hide a secret. All relatable situation. What's relatable about somebody's world being missing? And then they try to spin it onto the whole, well, John was married to the variation of Lois, and that's her mom, which makes it difficult for her. Also not relatable. You know what I mean? There's going to be very few people whose mother passed away, but the twin is still walking around and hanging out every day. This is not a normal thing.
I didn't love
And she gets so amped about it on top of that.
That really heated scene, during Lana's campaign and stuff. I was really frustrated where he's like, my dad's flirting with your mom right now, and she's a married woman. And Sarah's like, married's a strong term, which is funny. But her whole drama thing, I didn't like it. I did like how John Henry addressed it. I did love the scene of him watching videos of him and Lois and crying because you have to be going 1,000 miles an hour to ignore that grief. We're watching Young Justice right now too. Watch those videos. I love those. But that show is about grief right now. And it's been really unique to see comic book shows leaning fully into the idea of death and how it impacts people. Because I'm also simultaneously watching Flash, where they're currently talking about some characters that died in season 1 and they've stayed dead. And it sucks. And it's not fun, and they don't address it well, and they really play it for not laughs, but over stupid drama. This one played it for really an intense emotional beat. I love the actor who plays John Henry. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's great. I feel like he doesn't have much of a use anymore, though. Mm-hmm. The latest episode, and I was actually kind of impressed that they did this. Superman disappears into the inverse, I think is what they officially call
Bizarro world.
Yeah, it's Bizarro world is what it is. He goes into the Bizarro world. He goes into the inverse. And then they jump a month, and I was surprised they did that. They jumped a whole month, and we discovered that Jordan's been being a vigilante. We discovered that John Henry's been running himself ragged. We discover, we jump ahead in the mayor electoral situation so that she gets elected. I was not expecting a CW show to do it. Even a small time jump, a time jump to really establish Superman's gone.
That's so genius. Yeah. That's so good, because when you think about, after we got Flashpoint all those years ago in Flash, they didn't like sit in Flashpoint. Like there wasn't a lot of time in it. It felt like a weekend, like nothing really changed for them. But this show was like, let's have our moment. Let's take our time. Like when Barry ran into the Speed Force at the end of season whatever and he came back and they don't even really like address how long he was gone. No one took up the mantle of Flash proper. Like none of that happens.
Yeah.
This show lets it happen. And I love the Jordan training arc. I think that that's been really fun and he has been great. The actor is great. And somebody
him
on TikTok,
popping off in the last episode.
oh my,
When he froze the guy and uppercutted him, I'm like, oh my God. And when he got his super speed right at that moment, a big grin on my face when he realized what was happening. He was
yes. he literally just like that cocky of like, oh my God.
Like, I'm so fast.
I'm so amazing. And someone showed a mirrored scene from Smallville from way back in the day. And I was like, oh my God, that's why I'm feeling these goosebumps and this excitement because Smallville was my show and I get to watch Superboy again. Like I get to watch a young Superman coming into his own and his scenes with his brother are really, really good. Like those two have a real
I like John's drug
chemistry.
things over. I'm happy that it's over.
Yes.
Like I didn't like that. I didn't like what they were doing at that. It just seemed very weird and out of character, and now it's just over. I'm happy with that.
I like the idea that he, you know, it's annoying that he used X Kryptonite because it's like whether you have powers or not, you are part Kryptonian, dude. Like that's so dangerous.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed at least some version of that. I'm glad they didn't sit on it for too long. They let him take the bullet, and then also they show like his, you know, his intense protection because I think down the road he will be Superboy. He will be a superhero. So showing that morality now that no matter what, he would protect his girlfriend's secret because she's in a terrible living situation. She was selling drugs to protect it. Wasn't out of character, and I'm glad they're establishing that now. I was a little frustrated during that, but I'm glad we're past it. And then the payoff moment of Jordan putting on the hood and fighting the drug dealer was awesome. And then the fact that he couldn't go see Sarah because his knuckles were all bloody and he just finished beating the hell out of a guy. Oh, man.
It was a great episode. I want to ask you, how do you feel about the Superman missing? I kind of want him gone. We've had a lot of Superman in the show.
Yeah.
He's gone a whole season and a half. I kind of want Tyler Hoechlin's Superman to be out for like maybe 2 more episodes. Yeah. Really see everyone go without him as a crutch.
I think, you know, they're not doing that because I think that they're going straight into his time in Bizarro World now.
They're doing a Supergirl. Supergirl did that for a while where they did, she was in the Phantom Zone and they had the regular guys. So they would do an episode with the regular people, then an episode of Phantom Zone. And during that period, I was reviewing these with Dylan. And I only really cared about the Phantom Zone.
I didn't. That's actually where I stopped in Supergirl. I'll probably pick it up just to finish it at some point. But yeah, I think they're going to do the Bizarro World. Different thing. I think the Phantom Zone's like a desolate place, right? There's like not a lot of things going on.
There wasn't a lot going on.
I imagine Bizarro World's going to be really, really full of people. Like the inverse version. Like Lana Lang is Superwoman in that world, and John Kent is Superboy in that world. So we're going to have some cool
I liked him
characters.
showing up and starting to talk in reverse. And then
Yeah, that was awesome. I like that actor a lot. He posted something on Instagram the other day that he met Tom Welling at a convention, and Tom has been watching Superman and Lois, and it's like his first time seeing like a Superman property since his time being Superman, and he's like, it's really fun to watch you guys do exactly what I did 10 years ago, but on a better special effects budget, and it like looks incredible now. But yeah, it's I love Tyler Hoechlin. He's the heart of the show, but I do think that I appreciate some of the drama because it's a fully realized world where there are stakes, there's anger, there's heartbreak, there are things that matter without them being overly excessive and stupid the way Flash does it, kind of thing. So
yeah.
I've been a fan of it. These characters, I think they could operate without Superman just fine. I wouldn't mind another episode or 2 without him because it was fun. I love Steel. I wouldn't mind a whole Steel-focused episode where he's being Superman because he's taken up the mantle. He's been doing a lot. I hate his helmet, and I want him to get a new helmet because he looks
still
like...
do him. He was in that door talking to Jordan, who's bent over.
Yep.
And I'm just like, the Doom guy's telling you to leave.
The Doom guy or the Toonami guy or, you know, a really annoying Armor and Halo. Like, I don't know. But I love him. I'm honestly such a big fan. And that actor doesn't have a lot of credits. So I imagine after the show, we'll see him a lot more.
He's doing a great job. When the episode started and it was officially going to be a not Superman episode, my first thought was, shit. But I'm really surprised at how much I enjoyed it, how much I got a little shit-eating grin on my face, and Superboy is being Superboy. I actually really enjoyed that episode. And I loved Lois finally finding out that he's being a vigilante. And like we've established, like the month he's been a vigilante the whole time. Like,
Yeah, or he's been training the whole time, and then here and there has been like doing Superboy stuff. When he gets to fly too, I had a grin when he flew.
Yeah.
When he caught Mr. Cushing and he flew, because I mean they established in the first season that he's not going to have full Kryptonian powers, and they're like, just kidding, they're not super powerful, but he is basically a superhero, which I'm just a big fan of. I think that's just incredibly unique and interesting. And when they announced the show, you know, on Crisis on Infinite Earths, Superman had just a baby boy. They just had John. And then Crisis happens and he's like, I'm coming home to the boys. I was really like, what are they going to do with this? I thought it was going to be a Brightburn situation where one is the evil son and the other one's the good guy.
that's what we were calling at the beginning. We were like, Jordan's going to be the evil one, and John's powers will present themselves, and he has to stop Jordan.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
no,
we thought was going to happen.
They're not doing that. They're doing Super Sons, and it's just the two Superman kids, and it's awesome.
I did see an article. They're going to address why the kids are older and why Supergirl, where this fits in with Supergirl. They're going to talk about it eventually.
I saw something about that too. I'm really interested because at this point, I don't have a lot of faith in the Berlanti-verse, the Arrowverse as it is right now. Like I'm watching them. Don't worry, guys. I'll keep reviewing Flash. I'll keep torturing myself every week. But
if you're wondering, Dan and I divvied it up. Dan didn't want Superman, so I got the better of the two, I think. So Dan's
did.
on the Flash now.
I don't know what he was thinking when he gave you that. Dan says that it's really tough for him to watch live action drama, and that like gets under his skin. And Superman and Lois, because of the Sarah cheating on her boyfriend and then her dad cheating on her, like that whole thing, he's been like, I can't put up with this. He like cringes and closes his eyes during those scenes.
I do still wish they would just remove the Cushing storyline. Just get rid of them.
I think they're building towards something important. I think that's what it is. Like I feel like there's a purpose to it that we don't know yet.
Right.
Because this show surprisingly has had very good, like they have a really good idea of where they're ending up. It's never Flash where it's like, this is the villain for the season that we could definitely defeat in one episode, but we're going to take 22. And then a new villain will show up in the final episode. Like they're not doing that.
The biggest egregious, like a very egregious thing for that was, I remember the one where they did Savitar. Savitar's introduction, he could have just killed Barry, but didn't.
Yeah.
Like
He didn't. He had so much fun with it. And man, I love the show. The directors on the show are awesome because if you guys like superhero shows in the past, you know, Dave Ramsey, the guy who Diggle, he's directed episodes. Tom Cavanaugh, Reverse Flash, has directed episode. Amy Jo Johnson, the pink Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, has directed episode, and Elizabeth Henstridge, who was she was Fitzsimmons. She was one of the scientists on Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She's just directed an episode of the show as well. So you're getting a lot of veterans who have played superheroes in the last like TV 10 years on like the very first 10 years of superheroes on TV excessively, and they're all getting a chance to direct these episodes, and I think that's why they're as good as they are. They understand the pacing of these shows better because they spent however many seasons on these shows. So
yeah.
It's shining through. I've been a huge fan. Tyler Hoechlin is my Superman. Like he just
I
right
agree.
now he's my
It's
Superman.
Henry Cavill and him, and since they won't do anything with Henry Cavill,
Yeah. Which maybe you guys did a video talking about the implications of, is Henry Cavill going to come back now that Discovery bought?
we just
Warner
talked about that. We didn't talk about Henry Cavill in general, but we just kind of talked about what. I feel like I mean, without going into it, because we just did a discussion. I just feel like they're gonna. I feel like they're getting ahead of themselves again.
Yeah.
Do some stuff, show us you're doing it, then be like, this is what we did.
Yeah, of course.
Because we're at the beginning again. But anyway,
right.
We are going to close out Superman. We are absolutely Marvel and DC. My name is Benny. That is Hassan. And we'll see you guys next time right here.
Peace out.